Welcome to another pulse-pounding episode of Raye Unedited, where I show you the best practices and ways to live your life. Last week, I showed you how to properly dip a waffle fry from Chick-fil-A, and now this week, I wanted to kind of follow up that video with a similar theme because I think some people are still very lost on this very simple subject of dipping, and especially dipping Chick-fil-A related items. So yeah, let's crack into this. So naturally, a lot of people at Chick-fil-A get the Chick-fil-A sandwich, which is a good standard. I'll probably focus on that on a later video. But this video, I wanted to specifically focus on a more popular choice usually, the Chick-fil-A nuggets. Just focused. Cool. Chick-fil-A nuggets. This is a standard 12 count of Chick-fil-A nuggets. You know, they're breaded normally. They taste pretty good. They're not my go-to. They're pretty much ranked 4th or 5th on the menu. For me, if I really want to like change things up on my Chick-fil-A runs, I usually go for the Chick-fil-A nuggets. Usually before that I get the strips, the sandwich, or something else, especially if it's breakfast. I don't even consider any of these items naturally. Maybe in season 2 I can focus on the breakfast items, but for now, let's focus on these lunch and dinner items. So let me get out the napkin to roll down. I say again, do so near a lit candle, which it helps with the ambiance of it. So here's our chicken nuggets. Sometimes you get 12, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you get 13. But they always have these kind of funny sayings, like to dip or not to dip, you know, Shakespeare guys. Whenever I get sauce, which again, I go straight for the Chick-fil-A sauce pretty much every time. Lots of ingredients, as somebody in the previous video commented. Always put your sauce thing somewhere safe out of the way, the sauce top. So let's just get our first nugget like this, right? Pretty good nugget, huh? Pretty good nugget? I think so. Most people would probably just immediately dip, right? Just go right there, scoop it up. But I am different. I just don't go in, I go around, right? Really bread the whole thing in a way. Even though it's covered in bread, pretend you're covering this in another layer of bread to fry. So I really kind of get the whole thing. Maybe you get some on your thumb, just like I did right there, but it's part of the experience. And look at that. See how it's dripping off? That's just perfect, you know? So wrap it around, then put it in your mouth. Just the perfect amount of sauce. If you're a mathematician, you may notice that I covered the area of the nugget about 50% of the nugget was covered in a sauce. So it's really, in my opinion, as I said, a perfect amount of sauce. Let me demonstrate this property one more time. Again, not just scooping it, but going in and really kind of giving it a nice little bath of sauce. See, there we go. Another kind of 50-ish% of the nugget is covered. It's always not exact math since these are all kind of different shapes and sizes. And you put the whole thing in your mouth. Wow. Really extraordinary. As I said in the last video, I am a type of person who really likes to just put the whole piece, whether it's a fry or a nugget, into my mouth. If it's a strip or a sandwich, I obviously cannot do that. But I'm not a big like double dipper. I just think you should get everything in one bite instead of having to go for a second pass, right? It wastes time, it wastes energy. Nobody's needs to waste any of those things. So yeah, that's the video for this week, all right? is how to properly dip Chick-fil-A nuggets in your sauce of your choosing. If you don't dip it in sauce to begin with, you just take yours plain, you're an atheist. That's what Chick-fil-A told me when I went today, and I was asking them kind of questions about sauces, dippings, their techniques, and stuff like that. And all the employees that I asked, all 5, said, if you don't dip, you're an atheist, and you're probably not going to Chick-fil-A anyways. So, yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed this video, which is about 7 minutes long. I'm gonna enjoy this lunch and see everybody next week for another episode of Raye Unedited, where I give you hot tips and tricks to live your life to the fullest. Have a nice Wednesday.